Hey you guys, I'm Biyanii. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I edit my YouTube videos using my iPhone, specifically using iMovie and Splice. Those are the only two apps I use to edit my videos. And how do I edit my YouTube videos and what do I use to edit are the two most frequently asked questions that I've received. So I just want to inform you guys, if you're a beginner, if you don't know a lot about editing or how to use iMovie, or if you just want to know how I do a certain feature when I edit my videos. So let's get into it. The first app we're going to be covering is iMovie. I'm going to be showing you guys the things that I do using iMovie and basically the basics of iMovie. There's not a lot to it, but there is a lot you can do with it, if that makes sense. And for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to be using a video that I have not edited yet. So let's get to it. I'm gonna open up iMovie. When it comes to iMovie, when you're starting and adding your clips, if you want to add multiple clips to your video at once, you want to do that when you first create your project. So I'm gonna hit the plus button. I'm gonna create a movie. I have 8 items and we're gonna press create movie. You can also add pictures in there as well if you need. So it'll take you to the end of your video and it tells you how long the duration of your video is. This video is 48 minutes unedited. And you have to scroll all the way to the front. If I do add all of the clips, it gives me an idea of like how much editing I need to do. If you guys don't add all of the clips at once, you'll have to add them in one by one, and you'll just hit that plus button and then you add it one by one, and you can put it wherever you want in the video. The next thing I want to let you guys know about editing on iMovie is adding text. When adding text, I usually make sure that I cut the video to however many seconds and whatever part I want it. Let's say I want it right here, right? I'm gonna split to however long I want it. And then we're gonna go to text and we can pick whatever font we want, and it's also kind of however you want it to pop in. So we're gonna hit reveal. I'm gonna press edit. I'm gonna put looking for music. And you can make it smaller, but you can't move it up or down, which is one of the cons about iMovie, which is why I personally don't add text using iMovie anymore. But this is what it will look like. So now let's talk about adding sounds. So if you wanna have background music playing in your video, or if you wanna do a voiceover, this is how you would add the music. First, you would need to go to YouTube and then you would have to search copyright-free music. So I usually look up copyright-free R&B music, and as you can see, I've watched these. You would click on it. Be mindful of ads. If you do want to screen record a longer video, you have to make sure you're kind of catching when the ads start to play, because you don't want that as your background music. I'm pretty sure there's ads as background music in a part of my video, but I've learned. And then from there, you would screen record, which I'm already screen recording. After it's screen recorded and saved, you would just edit the video if you want to cut something out or make it shorter or whatever. From there, you can go back to iMovie, press that little plus button, click on the music you want, then we're gonna press the 3 little dots and press audio only. Audio only is gonna get you just the audio, no pictures, no video, and it's gonna be playing in the background of the video you have going already. It's on 100. 100 works more for clips like this, where it's kind of just me doing something and not talking. But if you are gonna be talking, I usually lower my volume around 20% because it kind of works. And you would add your voiceover video in the same way. Just click the 3 dots and press audio only. Now my voiceover, I would leave at 100 because you know I've been talking with a mic and it sounds loud. If you do have a YouTube video and you want to make your regular video output louder, you can just click on that video and you can click the little sound icon, and we're gonna raise it up to 245 just so that it sounds louder. I definitely try to keep in mind if I'm being really loud in a certain part of my video, I kind of lower it, not to hurt your ears, but that's also something you want to know, because if you are talking quieter, you can always cheat and raise the volume a little bit so it sounds a little bit more natural and less like, what is she saying, you know? So now we're gonna get into green screen overlays. If you want a green screen overlay, you want to go back to YouTube, and then you want to search up, for this example, we're gonna do a subscribe green screen. And then there's plenty of YouTube videos of subscribed green screens. You want to click on whichever one you want. You have to watch them. You know, you're going to have to edit them, crop them, and make them the length you want. I recommend, you know, you can screen record a whole 15-minute video, but if you get just the specific subscribe icon you want, it's a lot easier to reuse in other videos. After you've edited your subscribe icon, you want to click that plus button. And we're gonna go to albums. I already have some saved. So we're gonna click this one right here, and we're gonna hit green screen / blue screen. And then it's gonna be magical, and you're not gonna see that green screen behind it, okay? So this is how it's gonna play. And again, you can change the sound to a lower volume if you want, and you can always move your green screen overlay if you want to move it up or a little further back. And if there's any other green screen you might be interested in, you can always search it up on YouTube and just put green screen behind it and see if that's available for you. Another thing I do on iMovie, or I used to do a little bit more, is a picture-in-picture. When I first started doing my hauls, that's the style I did. So you just want to go to whatever video you want. If you want to watch the video play, you can press that little play button, and there you go, it's going to play for you. Then you can hit those 3 dots and make sure you put picture in picture, and it's not going to take up your whole screen. I can pinch it to make it bigger or smaller. It doesn't have sound to it when you add it in. So then you can save your video once you finish editing. We're going to press save video right here, and then it's going to export. Of course, if it was longer, it would take longer, and you cannot exit and go listen to music or text your friends or go on FaceTime. You have to just let it save. After it's saved, depending on the type of video I'm making, I will go in with my second app, Splice. Splice is where I add text. It is where I add overlays, whether it's a picture or a video, and it's also where you can add some sound effects. They have a little bit of that in there. Starting with text, you can add text. I feel like you can add 500 letters, and it will literally let you do what you want. So we're gonna say, hi, you guys. So when doing this, I just typed all of the letters, and then you just want to hit that down arrow to start a new text. You can drag everything, so as you see, everything is kind of at the same spot. So if you click on the high part, you can make it bigger, smaller, you can change the font, you can change the color. We're gonna start with love, and we're gonna put this here and make it huge. We're gonna change the color to red. We're gonna make you pop up over here, and we're gonna make it a purpley color, and then we're gonna put guys down here. So this is what it would play like right now, and it just pops up all at once. Now you can get a little bit more fancy with it. I like when things kind of pop up slowly, boom, 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 boom. I like it better like that. So for that, I will go to high, showing me the duration of how long high is playing for. So we're gonna leave high where it is because that's the first one we're inserting. Then I'm gonna click on love, and I'm gonna make it a little shorter. Then we're gonna click on you, and we're gonna make it a little shorter than love. And then we're gonna click on guys, and we're gonna make it a little shorter than the rest of them. So you want them to all end at the same spot depending on what you're doing. And it will look like this. And then they'll all go away. And you can do that with emojis or text. And then as far as text goes, they have limited colors, and there's not a color gradient, which is, you know, a little eh. I didn't know they had this eyedropper though. That's really cute. That gives you a little bit more options, which now I know. And then you also don't have like borders or anything, and the fonts are okay. You can't make it squiggle, but it's pretty good and it's better than iMovie in my opinion. One of the main things I use Splice for is my overlays. You can put 5 pictures, have them pop up just like the text did. You can have them play at once on the screen. You can have videos playing. Let me just show you. Okay, so we're gonna go to overlay, and then we're gonna use this picture, and we're gonna use this picture, and we're gonna add them. So they'll be added not on top of each other, but one after the other. So you can drag it to a different part of the video, but drag lightly, because if you press too hard, it'll take you to the end of the video and then you'll be scrolling like we were on iMovie. So if I want it here, I can click on the picture and move it over and make it bigger. If you want it a different size, I would crop it before you add the picture to your video. So it can just play like this. You can change how long you want it on the screen. And then if I wanted 2 things to pop up at once, I would drag it on top of one another, and then I would move this. You can select the items by clicking on the picture in the video or clicking on it down below, and you can drag it again, have it play for however long you want, and then they can end simultaneously, which looks great. Or you can have one, you know, pop up first, the other one pop up later like I usually do. Have one end before the other. It's all up to you. It's very convenient, and I love it. It's super easy to use. And then again, you can do this with videos. Now when you add videos on Splice, they do have sound, so I would mute it. I usually listen to music during my try-on hauls, but I think if you guys play around with it, you will really understand what I'm saying if you don't already. One of the last things I want to show you with adding a video in is if you want your video to play on top of your main video, you would press overlay once again, and then for this you need like a horizontal video, so we're gonna press add, and you can then just click on the video and make it bigger. So this would be great for like try-on hauls. You zoom in and it'll take up the whole screen. And the final thing I usually do with them is maybe add like a clapping thing, so go to claps and applauses. You can always change the sound and all that fun stuff. So that's how I edit, and that's what I use. The final thing you want to do on Splice is save your video. I always try to save like in the highest resolution that I could, but I realized after one day trying to upload my room tour that if you try to save in the highest resolution, sometimes it won't work. When I saved in lower resolution, I didn't notice a huge difference. So we're gonna say I want to save it at 50 frames per second, and I like to try to save in 4K because on YouTube it has a little 4K thing. But you press save, and Splice usually takes longer, but it also tells you your estimated time. So for longer videos, I usually wait about 43 minutes, but for this video it's a little bit shorter, so it's gonna take 9 minutes to export. I really love that they tell you the estimated time, because you know like what you can do while you're waiting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just me showing you guys how I edit personally and some beginner-friendly tips and just how to maneuver around some of these apps that I use. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.